Okay, can you hear me now? Yes. How are you? And hi, Coke, and Melon, and Sebastian, and Twisted, and Maxi Sauce, Mushroom Brigade, Wuvu Hat. Thank you so much for that resubscribe. I'll give you a proper thank you here in a moment. Welcome, Soul, Coder, and Bored Little Unicorn. Welcome. You just got done working? Wow, that's super late for you. This is normally when you go to bed. Hi, Bessie. Welcome. It's been a long time. I hope you're doing well. OCD kicked in. Oh, okay, I did that. Hi, Monkey Nut. Ski Ray. Thank you so much. I'll give you a proper thank you as well. Here in just a moment. Hi, Raptor. And Full Metal Zen. Welcome. Yeah, imagine me actually starting on time. Who am I? Hi, Omar. Welcome. Okay, I think ads are over with, so we can get started. Oh gosh, that does not sound good, but it's... Well, I need to tweak my lighting just a tiny bit real quick. Okay, I think we're good. Hi. Hi, Gregory. Welcome. Hi. Okay. Willow Hat. Thank you so much for 22 months. And Ski Ray, thank you so much for 20 months. Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you. And hi, Elite Paladin, welcome. Well, technically I went to a Mexican place. Didn't have tacos, though you could argue I kinda had a taco salad in a sense. You could argue that. I don't think I'm quite ready to answer that question yet, Gregory. I'll explain more, my little... Okay. I'm ready to head to the gym. Okay, that counts. Alright. And Highland Crown Sun and Satsuna, welcome. And warm ice cream. Hello. Uh, I have some, I'll just be blunt. I have some news about my cat, and it's not good. Hi, Darth Vader in Punisher, welcome. That is why I haven't streamed since mid last week. Hi, Millie, thank you. Yeah, sad news about the kitty. Um, I think we'll just talk about it right now. I don't really want to prolong it. No, you're fine, Millie. You're just fine. So we were able to get the ultrasound done last week. I think it was on, was it Wednesday? I forget if it was Wednesday or Thursday. Um, but doesn't matter. Um, liver and spleen. The best way to describe what they found is it was littered of them with tumors. Um, the doctor said that she has maybe about 2 weeks left. Maybe. Um, they're honestly surprised that she's made it this far, but she's still eating. Her energy has definitely dropped a lot in the last week. Um, but yeah, it's end of life, and she won't be with us much longer. Um, um, I think this is the first time that I've said that without actually crying. Been a hard few days. So we're just doing our best to spoil her as much as possible and just make her comfortable. And we put her on a steroid to help give her a little bit more energy, which I think it is helping. And we've been giving her tuna every night. Consequently, the other kitties get tuna as well, because otherwise they would go insane. Um, but yeah, it's really for her. So, yeah. That is the sad news. She's been a wonderful kitty, and I want to more focus on that, and I believe we gave her a wonderful home. And she will be missed. And I don't want to cry. Done far more than enough the last few days. But literally, my right eye underneath welled up from how much I've been crying. But I don't want to dwell on it. She's been a wonderful kitty. And we gave her a very good home. She's very happy. Even though she did butt heads, still does with the other girls. Yeah, I want to focus on the positive sides. Yeah, so there's a sad heavy news. I'm just doing my best to not be too sad and to ease her suffering as much as possible. Also, my family's gonna be helping quite a bit, um, with all the costs of wage that, you yeah, okay. I want to leave that there and focus on other things now. Because talking more about this is just gonna make me die more. And I've done more than enough of that the last few days. Like, literally, I would be playing Tarkals and crying. Boy, what an image. Oh, and Millie, thank you so much for the 100 bits. Thank you. I want to talk about the patch notes, because I may not have been streaming, but I did stay very busy because I needed lots of distractions. Also, hi Alia and Petal and Kaya, Matt Max, Mr. Fantastic. Koda, your question did not come through properly. I just see is that a parentheses? Or is that a sad face? I literally can't tell if there's dots. Read or thumb that. Jose, thank you so much for the follow. I hope you're having a wonderful day. Hi Millie, you Punisher, and Wartheist. Welcome. I hope you're all doing well. Yeah, no worries, Punisher. I refunded it. Hey, Tatsuya, welcome. So, yeah, of course, Matt Max. That's what exclamation mark hug is for. Okay. Let's talk about the patch notes. Oh, also, I have some very nerdy stuff to talk to you guys about today. Um, Punisher, you didn't do anything. There is some really cool, physics news and potential news, which is exciting if it actually gets verified. Um, yeah, yeah, some really cool nerdy stuff. Okay, let's go over the patch notes. Hi, Biffsy. Alright, so, um, I made some adjustments to the ambience default volume levels for things. So pretty much the start of every stream when I turn on the ambience, I would turn down the rain and the frogs and the crickets and indoor rain. I turn it way down. So now the default right in the middle is what I was setting it to before. So now I don't have to adjust it most of the time, which is, I'm very happy about that. I added in a new ambient sound, fam. So I actually haven't tested in VR. It's just a fan. That's all it is. So that's now an option. Okay. So this is the next thing. You know what? I might want to save this for last. Yeah. I think I'll save that for last. There's a bunch of avatar changes and stuff I did for stream. Well, actually, here in a moment. But I'll explain the next thing that I did, which I did today and a few days ago. So you guys are probably familiar with how you can pin messages. My little custom chat, it did not work with that. And now it does. So now I can pin a message and it will now show up at the top of my screen. I'm still missing a few options, like I can't set how long it stays there. It'll just indefinitely stay there, and I can't remove it. But I'll get there. I'll get there. Don't worry. But that was a huge addition, and it took a lot of work to get that to work. And I'm very happy. It's not something that I use a lot, but when I do, it's handy not having to go to another menu to do it. So it's a big convenience factor for me when I do need it. Okay. I improved the handling of the ad timer on my side. So I can snooze ads 3 times. I'll read that in just a moment, Gibbo. And yeah. You I can snooze an ad 3 times. When I would do that, my little timer wouldn't update if I were to snooze it. Now, knock on wood, it should hopefully work. Hopefully. I made it so it will re-query into it when the next ad is, every like, depending on how far out. So like right now, it gets it every minute. And then when it's within 20 minutes, it gets it within 40 seconds. And then when it's within a minute. It gets it every like 20 seconds or something like that. I don't remember the exact ratio, but it gets it more frequently the closer it is to it. And so that way, if I do hit that snooze, my timer will update relatively quickly. So I know exactly how much time we have until the stupid ads show up because I hate them so much. Okay. Um, let's go to some of the Avatar stuff. So there was an annoying bug with the the aura effect, this stuff. That I use for the particle dance. It's color updating well wasn't properly lining up with the other colors. So like right now, if I set to like 66% this very reddish color, it, it wasn't red. But for everything else, it would be red. Um, so here, let me turn that off and watch. So I'll set my hair to 66%, and that's what it is. The other one, it used to be way different. Wait, you know what? Let's actually keep that because this world's kind of that color tone. And so now the color matching is much similar, much closer. Um, yeah, that's something that's really irritated me. So, like when I would do some color variations, it wouldn't match up, even though I had the percents the same and everything. So now it's better. Um, okay, now this next part. This. Alright, do you guys want to hear about um the VR view or my avatar menu? If it pipes up first, I'll do it. Okay, Gibbo, let me read your message. 23 months, it's almost 1 year. Thank you so much, Gibbo. Thank you. They help you sleep well. Thank you. Okay, Gregory said VR view. Hi, Mel, welcome. Alright, so I have made it. So now a positive affirmation redemption, the text gets displayed in VR for me. So when I click, so when the redemption shows up, when I first click it, it won't actually go away. It'll change colors and it will show up in VR for me so I can read it so I don't have to use my desktop anymore. That's change number one with my VR view. Second one, which Gregory, you're going to like. That doesn't really matter for you because I know how to spell your names. Now, with nail trace redemptions, it will display whoever redeemed it. It'll display their name in VR for me when I click it. So I can see exactly how it is without having to like switch between desktop and VR. Hi, Relic, welcome. So that's great. Those are two things that I've been wanting to do for a while to show in VR. The positive affirmations, I still may need to like shift it around and adjust things a little bit. But no, it's pretty good. It's pretty good. I've tested it a couple times. So, okay. For the last changes, I have added a new menu. Let's show you. We're just gonna set over there, so you should be able to see me now. I have added this new menu down here called Stream, and it now has all the redemptions that I do in VR. So if I do a name trace, for example, it will turn on the particles and set it to the particular settings that I use for a name trace. Plus, it turns on my marker so I can start writing names. And then if I go back, it turns it all off. If I do particle globe, it does exactly the settings that I do for that as well. So now I can just at the flip of a button, it does it. Which that actually gives me an idea that I should do for this one. I'll have to look into that. Okay. In particle dance, it's a sub menu of its own. So I have the particles. I can turn those on. I have stage 1, 2, and 3. And I can adjust the colors of them right here too. So now I do blue, what? Or maybe I want to do like a purple. And then we'll do particles purple. So see, now it all matches. And I can do it very quickly in one little menu. So now I have quick, easy access for doing all the redemptions. Okay, let me turn that back on so you can see normal view. Yeah, so I did that. Hopefully you could see well enough with the view. I know that view can be a little hard to see, but it looks like it. It came across. And hi, Jaboko and Warsair. Welcome. And that is all the patch notes. I know a lot of those things don't seem like huge updates, but it was actually a lot of work to get all those things to work. But I think it's worth it. Yeah. Oh, technically I did one other change test before stream, but I haven't tested it at all. I may test it after stream. Thank you, Biffsy. Can you guys hear the rubbing sound? Or do I need to turn it up at all? Hi, Nightmare, welcome. Hi, Kronos, welcome. I'll turn it up to 45. So now I should be all here. I am glad to be here, Nightmare. How are you? Yeah, that's great. I want to test it. Oh, I should have moved. I should have put those sounds in that menu. I'm gonna test this. Yeah, I can't hear. Alright, that's something I'll need to look into more. Okay. So with that, all right, let's do hydrate. Ice brightening. Project Hail Mary. And you could also argue Avatar. Not The Last Airbender, but like Avatar. Uh, yeah, I'd say those two. And you, Kronos. And I'm doing as best I can for Nate. Thank you. Yeah, Blue Aliens Avatar. Yeah, I'd say those two are the most realistic. At least within the scope of our current technology and understanding, those two would be the most realistic. Okay, face brush. Hey, Chara, welcome. Okay, and now we're going to do a name trace for Gregory. You are you you um are why passion's so much easier. I think I'm gonna make a couple of tweaks though. Um so since I do all the letters uppercase, I'm going to make the main text display do uppercase. In Chaka. Yeah, it seems to be working really well too. But yeah, I want to make that little tweak. Okay, upside down Mako. I didn't realize Millie liked upside down. Jinx. Thank you so much for 26 months. Thanks, Zero. Thank you so much. I think I disabled Peekaboo. Um, cause I need to, I need to think about it for a little bit. So it's been disabled for a little while. Hi, Zephy, you're welcome. Or Zephy Dream. Welcome back. Okay. I didn't realize you liked the upside down that pillow, Millie. Yeah, it's pretty goofy. Zephy, okay. It's probably gonna really throw me off, but I'm giving Gregory a nickname of just Gregory. Not seeing the eternal part is probably gonna throw me off. Like, you're gonna try. Oh, yeah, I've been a little off and on Zephy, but I'm trying to be regular again. Hi, Ritter. I'm surviving. Put it that way. Hi, Bulbash. Welcome. Hi, Molang. No, you. It's been a really hard time. Like, I was doing really good about being regular, and then I got the news that my cat is terminal. So I took a few days off. Yeah. Okay, we're gonna do an upside down lip pillow. So, hi, Cozy, welcome. Fancy will last. Yeah, we're just trying to make her as comfortable as possible. No spoiler, with the time that we have left with her. Hi, Yuki Raiko. Welcome. I don't know why it does this all the time. Not you, Ash. Now, too, that concludes our pillow. In next step, we have a close-up heartbeat. Wait. Oh, Tim Millie. Thank you for hanging out. If you can stick around for just a moment longer, I can give you a goodnight hug. What happened, Mr. Fantastic? And you know what? I'm just gonna turn this for a moment to give Millie a goodnight hug. Good night, Millie. Thank you for being here. I hope you sleep well. Hi, Comics. Welcome. Thank you, Millie. Hello, ODST Jackal. Welcome. How are you? Irie? Oh, that's way weird. Mr. Fantastic. Alright, I'll give you a nickname of Jackal. You're welcome. Yeah, what's so weird, Mr. Fantastic? Not just you. I hear that regularly. Yeah, I get the feeling they wouldn't prioritize um fixing an obscure VPN bug, like using the app over VPN in this particular configuration. Of course. Okay. I want to experiment with something. It's really hard to actually do like really good finger motions. Tracking is not precise. So doing this right now is actually quite hard. But I think I don't know, I watch a lot of ASMR on YouTube especially, but I also just I browse ASMR on Twitch regularly, and I like keeping an eye out for like new tools that I could try potentially. And there's this one streamer where she did really relaxing hand motions, and she would do it close up with like the focus like this, and I really liked it. I really liked it. So I wanted to see if I could kind of recreate that same feel as well, but it's hard to do because the finger tracking is not perfect. Um, so like this. Let's see, can I get it to do it? There we go. So this hand position, okay? Let me show you what my hand actually looks like. So my fingers were essentially like that. The deal. That. Actually a little bit more drastic. So let's see. So my pinky and ring finger, they like straight this way. And then my middle finger is like diagonal 45, and then my pointer was straight up, which is not what it really looks like. Yeah. I'm just trying to like evenly do it. So getting finger positions to like line up with what you want it to be in VR, it can be very challenging at times without feeling proper um finger tracking. Naughty, what are you talking about? Did speech to text say something? That's not naughty. You said 45 degrees. I'm not flipping anyone off. Bye, Alita. What do you guys think of this? Is it something worth exploring more? But also, we're going to have an ad break here in 3 minutes, just so you know. I'll give you another warning here in a little bit. Yeah? You like it? Okay. Like, doing just the pointer finger is much easier, so maybe I just don't worry about the other ones. Yeah, it is so hard to get them the way that I want. Like doing opening motions, that's not bad. But like holding them in a particular position, it's a little challenging. Maybe I'll get better with it the more I try it. Oh no, April? That's not good. Alright, so we have a minute and a half. I wish I could make the enough focusing not so quick. So like when I move my finger in the middle, there'd be like a slower transition. It's like instant, and it's that part I find a little jarring. Alright, we have about 45 seconds. Alright, 30 seconds. So mute the tab if you're not subscribed. I don't want you to get really loud ads or anything like that. And I'll see you after the ad break, okay? Don't go anywhere. See you soon. Okay, looks like the ads are over. So let's get started again. Roman. Thank you so much for 37 lunks. Thank you. Oh, yeah. Man, I don't even remember the last time we hung out. Via Roman. It's been too long, man. Oh, a leader redeemed particle dance. Okay. What are you doing now? And hi, Mega. And hi, Screeny Mittens. Welcome. And Among Us, V-Tag. Thank you so much for the thought. I hope you're having a wonderful day. Okay. Next up, we have a find rate. Right, and now we are going to do a breathing exercise. So, if you're a new user, we're going to take 5 deep breaths. If you want to follow along, just be the best you can. If you can't hold your breath the whole time or breathe in that long, it's okay. Just do your best. So, I'll start it out by saying, breathe in. I want you to breathe in through your nose and keep breathing in until I say hold. And then I want you to hold your breath while I silently count down 5 seconds, like so. And then I will say release. And I want you to breathe out and breathe out completely so we can do the whole thing again. Okay, here we go. Breathe in. And release. 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 Hopefully you're feeling a little bit more relaxed now. Hi, Arizona mate. I'm Mario. Welcome. Uh, are taking a break, April. Okay. Um, Next up is a massage gun. But I wonder if we should do that after the powderman dance. I think that might be best to do it after. I'm glad I helped Spontan. And hi, Savali, welcome. I'm doing as best I can, Mario. I'm as best I can. How about you? Yeah, I think we will, do particle dance, then the massage gun, mind trace that Roman just did. Hi, Ryan of the Night, welcome. Right, with that, we're going to go to a different world. Oh no, I hope you didn't make it work though, April. Out. Alright, we are going to put you guys right about here. Is my tracking off? My tracking is up and slanted. I have to turn off my SAM as a precaution. Is if I reach up and I hit it while it's going, which has happened, does not feel good. Wait, now I'm slanted this way. Okay. I think it was probably just funny for a minute. There, we're gonna turn off the ambience, and I'm going to deafen. I will get started. hope you enjoyed that. Okay. I'm gonna set to the be right back screen, and then we're gonna set back to the other world, and I'll see you in just a minute, okay? Don't go anywhere. I'll be right back. Uh, okay. Hey, Nilla King. Welcome. Oh, and hi, Tuck. Patrick. Welcome. It's been a long time. I hope you're doing well. Thank you. And Dark Bob. Thank you. Welcome. And Sonkai. And Twitchy or Bard. And Velvet Crow. Stereo Saiyan. Jackie Blood. Saj. Oh, there was a resub from Saj. The Fabulous Demir and Spy Fox. Welcome, everyone. Thank you for being here. And Saj, thank you so much for nearly 2 years. Thank you. Thank you so much. And at tier 3 as well. Thank you. Oh, I think Saj was mentioning how long he's been subscribed, but I think he actually meant how long he's been following. Because you've only really been subscribed since I started streaming with the R chats. I don't remember. But yeah, your followage army is like crazy. It's like what, 10 years? 11 years? Hi, Sir Icon. Hi, Devil Soul. Welcome. Yeah, Neliki is definitely an OG. At 12 years. Long time. Wow, that's like probably one of the closest iterations I've seen speech to text get of your name. Still wrong, but kinda close. Yeah, 14 years ago, Sam. Was it November? I felt like it was November when we met, when you first came on Bald server. Hey, it's been a year and a half, Bard. Well, yeah, okay. Nautical dance, done. Let's do a hydrate. I was holding on to ones from April, so let's do that. Guess we'll still need to talk about the physics news. Okay, no worries, Sunkai. Thank you for hanging out. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day. Yes, you. Take care. Oh, seriously, did it really? Oh, yeah. Restart. Okay, it should be working now. Yep, there goes. Hi, Gundam Wolf. Welcome. Alkane Bard. Thank you for dropping by. I hope you sleep well. Good night. Thank you. It's nice to see you too. I'm glad I was up for streaming. Now, I probably would have streamed yesterday, but my eye was too swollen, right underneath. Well, my eye wasn't swollen, but my cheeks, like right underneath my eyes and above my cheeks, like that little really soft spot. That was a lymph. So I did wanna put on a headset that. Okay, we are going to do the massage gun now. This is a form of self-care. Turn your hair. Since I have VR gear on me and I'm about to use an actual massage gun on my neck, it's gonna make me shake like crazy, it's really silly. So if you have any sort of shaky emotes, feel free to spam it. Oh, now on the left side. Yep, that felt good. I think that was needed. Thank you. Okay, Melody. I hope things at work go well. Alright, we are going to do a name trace for Roman. are. Oh, and I, um, normally, next time what you sing with me. Okay, we're gonna do some head pats for Rita. I know, welcome. Oh, okay, we're gonna do some heartbeat ambutes. Hi, fabulous demeanor. Alright, and we are going to do a funk research. And we're gonna. Wait, Bart just headed out and he redeemed a nuzzle. He like just redeemed it too. Oh, silly. He's just like spoiling you guys. Now we're gonna do a boot series F. Oh, wait, I don't have my finger trails on. There. Okay, Spyflux. Thank you for hanging out. I hope you have a wonderful day. Take care. Yes, please, Roman. Hi. Thank you so much for 13 months. Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you. Bye. I live long. Welcome. Okay. Next step, we have Nuzzle. Queen of potatoes. I'm glad to have you here tonight, April. Which you're always welcome to join in desktop mode too if you want, April. April's one of my good friends. Nuzzle. Right, Chewy Truly, welcome. 7 inch. Oh, that's right. Under the top strap. Okay, next up, we have a spray jet. Now, silly Patrick. Okay, now that concludes our heartbeat ambulance. And now we're gonna do a world tour for like redeem this. It's not a very big world, but I'll show you. So we are just like in our living room. We spawn in right here. These credits, I think. Oh no, those are the VIPs. If I had a credit thing, maybe that out. VIP rooms, that door right there. I have no clue what's in there. Come forward. There's like settings. There's a little bathroom. Now with a toilet and a shower. Now, shower does not work. No role playing. I don't think I'd ever do that in VR. It's just weird. Then there's the bedroom here. Very cozy. I would use this more, but I don't know. I don't like the buttons there. And I'm like sleeping in the bed. And those ones, I wish they weren't there. Can always just do right here, but I don't know. So it's weird not being at the head. Head of the bed. So I would totally do this part right here. We often hang out in the living room. Here's the kitchen. Living room right here on the big old comfy couch. This is a very cozy world. If you play VR chat, you can always do !world, and I'll give you the link to info. It's the world that I'm in. Hi for a lurk. and we are all caught up on redemptions. I guess I get to do what I want. I don't know what I want to do. I think I'm going to turn down the rain a tiny bit. Now we're gonna do Tibetan bowls. I don't, I don't know, Pantun. I don't know. Do I like games? Yes. You know, I think we'll turn off the hand rubbing a little bit and just do visuals with the Tibetan bowls. I'm very much a nerd. Now, I will admit, I don't play a lot of different games. I typically have like some core favorites that I stick to. Lately, I'm doing a lot of Escape from Tarkov, PvE, with a little bit of Helldivers 2 on the side. Now, I'll probably be playing another game soon. My friend Roman, who's in here, in chat, she got it for me. It's a zombie survival game. What was it called again? Help me out. 7 Days to Die. Which I think I did install it. I think it's installed. I think my friend Mutz has that as well. Which I need to message him and be like, hey, you bozo, we need to play. Hi, Coast, welcome. Yeah. Yeah, I think I watched him play it once on stream back when he was streaming. Yeah, I miss his streams. They were fun. Okay, I haven't been playing Facty 8 billion times, like, at all. It's been mostly reserve. Because, like, now, since there's more people playing, um, it makes more sense to go to a map with more things to fight. When it was just me, Factory made sense. Grouped by OK. Are you in the chat? Shadow. Thank you so much for 17 months. Thank you. I'll give you a hug. Just a moment. Thank you so much, Shadow. Thank you. I do enjoy Helldivers too. I just I wish it had a little bit more progression in it rather than just like leveling up weapons. Because like otherwise not having goals is, I don't know. I think having some sort of a goals get beyond just what the major order is, because the major orders are all like, kind of similar. But I do enjoy the game itself. Tell me about Sidon Malcolm. Oh, you did not. I didn't read it, Roman, but I am familiar with that pattern. Shake my head at you and give you thumbs down, boop. Oh, wait, you can send boops from the website? I didn't know that. I am very much a social gamer. I don't like really playing games unless I'm playing with others. Tarkov I'll do by myself every now and then, but I'd really rather play with people if I'm gonna play. Another app. Oh, I see. I see. Cheaters. VRCX added it. Yeah, they don't play with Satsuna all the time. Satsuna, Talsuda, Twisted. Now they're the ones I play with the most. Soul has also started playing with us too, which is also really nice. No Soul Survivor. They used to play with Sads. Why he stopped. That face. Hi, Blackjacks. Welcome. Hey, hydrate. I know the game isn't necessarily for everyone. I know Sajin Toys Arena Breakout more. Yeah. I just don't want to learn another game. Yeah, well, I definitely do way more than just factory now. Way more. In fact, we don't actually do factory that much. We did it a few times yesterday, but it's actually been quite a while since we did factory. Okay, so we have an ad break coming up here in just under 5 minutes. I'll give you another warning when we get closer. Yeah, we were looking for specific items in factory. I'm more of a first person gamer. I don't generally enjoy third person except in like MMOs, I probably enjoy third person a lot more. Um when it comes to shooting games, I typically enjoy first person. But I will say this. Helldivers, they got it pretty freaking good. Um their third person is not bad. It's really not bad. Manly, I'm not a fan of third person shooters. Like I didn't enjoy oh gosh, Fortnite? Fortnite? Yeah, Fortnite. Yeah, I didn't enjoy that one. The Emperor of the Jedi, welcome. Yeah, Blackjacks, I agree, but Helldivers, they did a really good job. It feels oddly good. I'm doing alright. How about you? And we have forced ad break in about 3 minutes. I'm not cool. I'm just a nerd. A nerd who cares about people. Oh, happy to see you too. I must like it. It was so long ago since we had our last ad break. Like that hour went fast. Oh my goodness, Mario. I played so much of Battlefield 2 Special Forces. I played a lot of that one. And then I played a tiny bit of, well, I think I played the campaign of the third one, but I didn't really do multiplayer. And I don't think I really touched 4 at all. Yes, I did. I don't know. And then I stopped playing them all together after that. Yes, I touched 4. I don't remember. Hi, Noah. Welcome. No, wait, you knew that I played Battlefield? Yeah, so I got into Battlefield because one of my friends played it. And, well, he played with him and his girlfriend. And so I was like, I could do this. And so we were just like a little 3-man squad. It was really fun. Okay, ads in 30 seconds. Fine, mute the tab. I'll see you guys after ad break, okay? Don't go anywhere. With special forces. Yeah, I didn't do bad company. Okay, see you guys in a bit. ads are. Come. Next up, we are Name Chaser Blackjacks. Okay, Lon Wolf, hi. Bean. L. Um. Bean. Green. J. I'm X. Blackjacks. Oh, okay, we're gonna do Pirate Club Lap. Hi, Jesse Ben. Welcome. I am Net Dino. Welcome. I'm Gaunt. Welcome. Man, I'm getting sleepy already and it's only 1. I don't want to be sleepy. No. Well, Grandma started on time. And we're gonna do a boop. Now, now let's do some head pats. Oh, I should talk to you guys about the physics news. So I don't know if you guys are familiar, but the James Webb Telescope. It looked into a blank part of space to see what it could see. And to see as far back as possible. And they saw a lot of really, really bright, huge red dots. Which didn't look like galaxies. And at first they really didn't know what it was. But now it's been, I don't know if I can safely say it's been confirmed, but it is highly likely that it is the first evidence, visual evidence that we have of black hole stars, which is so cool. Which also explains why we have supermassive black holes now, and there isn't a way for those to form in our universe that we knew of, except black hole stars explain that. So I'll explain what that is here in just a second. Hi, Diamond in the Rough. Welcome. That's just a different world. Welcome. Hi, AT. And, Gamma Xana. Welcome. I'm doing okay. It's been a rough week. I learned my chitty is not gonna be here much longer. Given my whole situation, I'm doing okay. I'm glad to be here streaming right now, because hanging out with you guys always helps me. See, so their stages are relatives to black holes. So, a a black hole star is essentially, so what happens is the method on how it's originally formed is still up for debate, but essentially in an early universe there was a lot more gas and dust and just stuff in general everywhere. It hadn't really collapsed into as many stars and galaxies and so on and so forth. And so there's a lot of it. And what happens is it got into an area dense and it formed a huge star. Huge. And then normally what happens when you get a ton of mass, when a star gets so big and it's generating so much explosions in the middle of it, it eventually causes a supernova and it blows off the top of the surface. But these stars were so massive that when the supernova happened inside the star, there was so much mass that it prevented it from exploding. So it just like thumped. And then a black hole formed inside the star. And so now you have a star that has a black hole in it, and it is a ridiculously massive star. Like we're talking, it is so big that it is bigger than our solar system. It is insane. It is just insanity with how big it is. Oh, so like, yeah, mind-boggling. So you have this massive, like massive, if it isn't even like, doesn't even do it justice for how big it is. Star, and now has a black hole in it. Normally, there is a limit on how much mass can fall into a black hole. Just due to like how much it's like causing things to spin off it. So like as things fall into the black hole, it spins around, it goes really fast, and that causes a lot of heat and energy, and it causes other things that are trying to fall in to get knocked away, essentially, and not fall into the black hole. So there's typically a quote unquote speed limit on how much stuff can fall into a black hole. That rule doesn't apply for a black hole star because it is literally enveloped in a massive star. So all that stuff that would normally push the matter away, there's other stuff that's pushing it right back down. It's like, no, I was here first. You get in there. And so these black holes would consume mass at an insane rate. Absolutely bonkers, which is not possible at all now. So these supermassive black hole stars literally could not form in space now. They cannot exist, but they could back then. And the James Webb Telescope, as far as we can tell, has taken pictures of them. About 200 of them, give or take. And so it's our first visual evidence for that's likely what it was. And that likely explains how we have supermassive black holes now at the center of every galaxy. Which is just so cool that we now have another part of how the formation of the universe happens explained. Yeah, they're also very quick to die because it's literally a black hole that's just like chowing down. It's not like an eat buffet. And then you have a supermassive black hole. That's how we got them. Yes, Star Talk. Oh, I love that channel. Yeah. Okay. There's more. So this is not confirmed yet, but this is another theory that has been circulating out there that could potentially explain dark matter or dark matter. Yeah. So let me explain the problem. So right now when we look at galaxies, we're able to roughly calculate how much mass is in that galaxy based off of the light that's given to us from the stars that are there. We can roughly calculate it. And looking at I don't know how many, but a lot of galaxies out there, based off of their spin and how much light they emit, they don't have enough matter to not fly apart. In other words, there's not enough stuff tugging them in to prevent them from spinning apart that we can see. And so we call this that there has to be something there that is increasing the gravity of those galaxies that we can't see. And they call this dark energy or dark matter. Dark matter. That the dark just means we don't know what it is. We don't know. Thing. One of the theories that has arisen to potentially explain what dark matter could be is called primordial black holes. Now, there is a theory that at the very, very, very early stages of the universe, like we're talking, well, I don't know how early, but we're talking like less than a second, probably. I'd have to get fact checked on that, but really, really, really early into the existence of the universe is all the matter existed, and the universe now starts expanding insanely. And there's a brief moment where all this mass is so squished together, but it's now expanding. So some of it actually collapses into tiny primordial black holes. They're tiny, tiny, tiny compared to normal black holes. So we're like talking like the mass of the Earth forming a black hole, which, if you were to do that, it would be roughly the size, I think, as a centimeter or millimeter. Like, we're talking tiny. And they could even be smaller too. Like, they could be the size of an atom level of tiny black holes. Now, literally, there is no way to form black holes that size now. But back then, it's possible. And maybe. We don't know for sure. So cool. And so the thought is, a theory, is that all these micro black holes, or primordial black holes as they call them, formed. And so we can't see them, we can't observe them because they're so small. But that explains where all the missing mass for these galaxies could be. It can be. Okay, so that's a theory. Here's the cool part. Is Hawking radiation is a thing, but it's still, with certain sizes, they could still exist now. They could still exist with black holes that had enough mass. Now, the ones that are like, I don't know, maybe like really, really tiny, they've probably evaporated away. But ones that are like the mass of the Earth, that wouldn't evaporate fast enough. That would still exist today. Here's the cool news. It hasn't been verified yet, but there is evidence now. They're still working on verifying it to make sure it's not a blip. But the LIGO, which detects gravitational waves, in other words, waves in the fabric of space, these happen when two super heavy objects spin around each other and they merge. You get a wave in the fabric of space, and we can actually detect that. It's crazy. It's only been around for 10 years. They made a detection. They still need to verify it fully, making sure that there wasn't an incident on all the data. But it appears that the total mass of a merger of black holes was around 0.1 of our star, which is not possible unless primordial black holes exist. It might be the genuine first observation that primordial black holes might actually exist. And they are in the process of verifying this. So in the next few months, we might know whether primordial black holes really do exist. Like this was a shocking surprise. No one expected to see this. And it was just like, here it is. So they're verifying it now to see, like, all right, was there really anything like that? They're checking all their sources. Like, they have other detectors around to make sure that they're not detecting anything that's weird. But they have 3 detectors, and they all detected it. So now they're just making sure that they're not crazy and whatever else they need to do. Well, people are way smarter than me. But if that's the case, then that potentially would explain um, what dark matter actually is. It could be primordial black holes, which is so fascinating and so cool. It's kind of crazy that within a year we've gotten potentially 2 answers to questions that we didn't have answered. How are supermassive black holes formed? And what the heck is dark matter? So, we might have answers to those. We might. It's not certain yet, but we might, which is so cool. So cool. Yeah, that's the nerd news. And yes, I am a big physics nut. I don't really know the math, but I like physics. I like it a lot. And hello, Crota Fang, and Ghost Walls, Milo, and Ethical, and Annabelle, and Lyle. Welcome. I hope you're all doing good. And Ethical, welcome. Yeah, Gemma, Zena, you remember when? I think it was 10 years that first came on at Detector. Yeah, right, Mario? Ain't you, Dark Bomb? Long time lurker, first time chatter. It's about fucking meaty, so crazy timeline. Well, welcome to the chatting zone. Love to have you. Yeah, honestly, like all these theories too, they just, I don't know, they make a lot of sense. And nothing really crazy needed to be added to like our current understanding for them to work. Um, and so I don't know, it just kind of feels like this makes sense. It makes a lot of sense. Um, yeah, it's super interesting stuff. Yes, I do, Dark Bob. I love their videos. I actually, before stream, I rewatched their video on black hole stars just because I wanted a refresher. Because I was watching a video from I have most of my people that I'm subscribed to are like physicsy or like just a bunch of nerd channels. I'm a total nerd. And one of them was talking about how this is the first visual evidence that we have that black hole stars were actually a thing. And so I went back and watched the Kirk Kazad video about black hole stars, which is a really good video. Highly recommend that channel. I love that channel. Yeah, just such cool news. So interesting. Hi, Shiro. Welcome. Yeah, Shiro. Yeah, it's crazy how smart some of these people are. Like, I don't know. People call me smart, and I just think about Belma and just like, I know nothing. Like, I understand the concepts, but the math behind it, holy moly. You've done everything except set up base stations there, EPA. That's okay. Come back to it tomorrow. Yeah, Dirt Bomb. I actually purchased a while back, their plushy black hole slash white hole. I got that. Hi, Bummy Boy Chris, welcome. You just need an idea and an open mind. You know, so I've mentioned this before, I'm religious. And I had a lot of my science friends like, how are you so scientific and religious? And I'm just like, this is probably the most religious talk I'm gonna get. I I believe that science and religion essentially will be the same thing in the end. We're just trying to understand and get there. And how we get there. I don't think it's magical, mystical. I think it's all just science. And we'll get there in the end. We'll figure it out. Now, hopefully we'll figure it out. I'd be very disappointed if we didn't actually know all the answers. That would be disappointing. Hi, other scoop. Welcome. But yeah, that's just my views. I know a lot of people aren't religious, and that's okay. That's okay. I think the vast majority of my friends are not religious. And I don't think any of them would ever say that I'm pushy about my religion. They all know I'm religious, but I am never pushy about it. Other than I don't like people doing the things around me. I don't feel comfortable with that. Yeah, on the topic of like, no, nerdy science stuff, I seriously, I get the gut feeling that we're in a multiverse. Like a genuine multiverse, not Marvel multiverse. But my gut feeling is that we're in a multiverse. And I wonder if black holes cause mirror universes. I wonder. Yeah, Crota, yeah. Yeah, it is a speculation, Roman. Yeah. I don't know if with just straight science, if we will ever be able to fully test if we're in a multiverse. It might not be possible. It might not be possible. I don't know. And hi, Pika. Let's see, how do you other scoop? I think I did. Okay. Oh, we are going to do a potato onesie. I mean, has anything seemed different than before in your opinion, like a distortion into the Mandela effect? Oh gosh. Do me a refresher on what the Mandela effect is? I don't remember. Okay, another scoop, good. But wouldn't there be a multiverse where they do now? No. Um, so yeah, that sounds like you talking about parallel universes. Oh, I'm not talking about parallel universes. I'm talking about truly multiverse where so my theory of kook is that I mean, wait, we're getting out the pen. As I did this very serious conversation in a potato onesie. So say this is our universe, okay? And every time a black hole happens in our universe, it spawns a new universe. And then in those universes, when they have black holes, they spawn more universes. Guess what? We came from a universe. And that one had other ones, too. And that one came from another universe that had multiples, too. So on and so forth. So, essentially, my theory, yes, is that the multiverse is real. That's my theory. And that there is an infinite amount of universes. Now, will we ever have access to those other universes? I genuinely have no clue. Genuinely. Thai chickpeas, welcome. Oh, good night, soul. Thank you for hanging out. I hope you sleep well. So, really, where this thought came from is the fact that, okay, so with my theory, is I think that as a black hole consumes mass, that increases its universe that it created, space time. Right? So as it consumes mass, its space time in its little universe gets bigger. And the reason I think that is the way that our universe has expanded is not at a constant rate. It was extremely, insanely fast at the very beginning. And then it hasn't been at a continual rate since, as far as we can tell. It has, it slowed down and now it seems like it's speeding up. And so, if the size of the universe is based off of the mass that it's consuming, that means that in that universe where that black hole actually is, it could be explained by when mass falls into it. It could be. See, that's also the thing, Major Galford, is that you're dealing with such insane times. And how would time work? Because, so here's the thing about relativity. In time, is the closer you get to a black hole, the less time you experience. And so once you are at a singularity, time stops. There is no more time at the singularity. Assuming the singularity actually exists and it's essentially a hole in space-time. So the thought I'm throwing out here is with how time works with gravity and all that is essentially one time inside of if that micro universe actually exists, if it exists, would it experience any time from its parent universe? Well, I mean, we need to nerd out more than much more, because oh my goodness, I could go on and on and on and on. I love talking about this. I love talking about this. Like seriously, this is probably my favorite topic. Um, Hi Brandon, welcome. Bet. Jay, you need to get on VRChat. We need to hang out and we need to nerd out. Yes, Major Galford, that is an assumption. That is an assumption. There's a possibility that maybe the child universes don't have the same laws of physics, and that could be a way of those universes like dying out or whatever. But you still have essentially infinite universes. Like the amount of black holes that are existing in our universe alone that we know exist is still an insane amount. Um, yeah. But oh, that's a possibility. I don't know. That is like it. This is just a theory too. Yeah, micro black holes we can't see, which that's also crazy that micro black holes might actually exist. They might actually exist. Oh my goodness, that's so cool. I don't want to live in a universe where pi is 3 based. Yeah, when it comes to that stuff though, I don't know if it like if they had different rules per se. Or those would be dead universes because like the way things are now, if you were like to tweak some of the laws of physics, you wouldn't get stars, you wouldn't get black holes. And those universes would just die. Like if you were to tweak some things in just the wrong way. And Alex Mixon, thank you so much for the follow. I hope you're having a wonderful day. We're being nerds, as you probably have been listening, and I have been more of doing yap ASMR than ASR. Yeah, that's something else too, Major, that we don't have an answer for, is when the universe first came to exist. Why didn't, so the assumption here is when the universe came into exist, we would think that there would be an equal balance of matter and antimatter, and that it would wipe itself out. But we clearly see that there is matter in the universe, so why isn't that the case? Why isn't that the case? No clue. I don't even have a theory to go on that part. Yeah. And you know, it's possible that maybe that is just the way things are. That's possible. But it would be nice to have like some sort of explanation as to why. But I don't know, maybe we won't get an answer to that. Gohan, thank you so much for 22 months. Thank you. Oh, it's you. Yeah, I don't think too much about the like that this starting point, like why did our universe like have why is the speed of light the speed it is? I don't really stress about those things. I like thinking more about like, all right, what caused the beginning of our universe and is that it? Is our universe it? Are there other universes? Is there a way that creation can continue? Well, and if creation's the right word, that it's kind of like religious terms. But you know, what I mean, like existence. Is there a way that we could continue to exist when our universe dies? Because it's eventually gonna die in one way or another. Either it's gonna become cold, or it's gonna be ripped apart from expanding, or it's gonna fall back into it and go kablooey again. Either way, everything in this universe is going to stop living at some point. And so I'm more of the positive. I like to think of that there's hope. And it kind of lines up with my spiritual views too, is I would like to think that there is a way for life to continue after this. And so I like to think about theories that kind of align with it. Now, if they come out and they find a way and that's not true, then I'll change my views on that. But I like to be positive. Well, my views ultimately are these are just theories, though guesses and whatnot. I have no science to back them up. So if science is like, hey, we actually have evidence and this is how it is, I'm like, okay, cool. Noted. We could live around a dying black hole for a while, like a black hole Dyson sphere near. Yeah, it's true. Um, we could potentially harvest momentum out of the black hole. Um, that will probably be the last form of energy. We're near the end of the universe is harvesting momentum out of black holes. Because eventually all the stars will go out and practically all the matter will either be dead or be consumed by black holes. The speed of dark? What do you mean? I don't follow. Brandon, thank you so much for 4 months. Thank you. Thank you so much. Speed of light. Yeah. Uh, no, we're able to measure the speed of light, but the speed of light is also, I, so, oh gosh, that's such an interesting topic. Because the speed of light is constant, except for when it's going through a medium like water or glass or something like that. It will technically slow down, but in the vacuum of space, it has very much been measured how fast it is. Well, it's been measured how fast it is inside water too. Probably glass. And I find that so fascinating how its speed changes in those mediums. I don't actually know why that's the case. I should look more into that so I can understand that better. Is like, because light photons, they have no mass to them. But do they have a size to them? Like, is, I assume why they have a different speed is because they're essentially bumping into things? I assume? But if that's the case, how do they keep their direction? Well, it does slow down Mario when light enters in the water or like glass. The speed of light is slows down. Wave particle duality. Is that what it's called? Huh. Yeah, I don't have any understanding as to why light slows down in different mediums. And that makes me ask the question, do neutrinos slow down? Because neutrinos don't like interact with like barely anything other than when they run into something directly. Oh, they stopped streaming, Bren? Oh, it's so sad. But you don't know what happens. Like, someone that you really enjoy stop. Who was it? Can I ask? It's unfortunate. Pico, Will, I don't know. That is an answer for people who are smarter than me. Alright, I'm turning off redemptions because it's now 2 a.m. and we still have a few to get through. Yeah, so I'm gonna write this down because I want to look into this. Why does light slow down in the water? Look into that. I see ASMR. She was pregnant. Oh, yeah, that is understandable. Alright, thank you so much for the follow. I hope you're having a wonderful day. Yeah, she's probably a mommy now, and probably very busy. Oh, and we are going to have a forced ad break here in about 5 minutes. I'll let you know when we get a little closer. Hi, Sovngarde, welcome. Now, why does water slow down light? Also, I need to look up too how big is a light puddle? Or it's like something like a neutrino. Hi Brenda, are we? I'm confused. Don't you measure the speed of anything with a distance and time value? How does that change for light exactly? So, the thing with light is it's always the same speed. It's, and it doesn't matter, um, what, say, what's a good mind twisting explanation for this? Good night, Mr. Fantastic. Thank you for hanging out. I hope you sleep well if you're going to bed. Always have a great rest of your day. And hi, Vane. Welcome. You have a particle with an electrical charge and particles traveling at the speed of light. It goes through the accelerating electromagnetic field. Why doesn't it accelerate? I don't know. Honestly, I never questioned this. They taught us that light is this, and in water it's that. Yeah, interesting stuff. Okay, we have 3 minutes till ads. Um, yeah, so an interesting thing. Hey, get this, guys. To give you an idea of how small a neutrino is, a neutrino particle, if you were to scale the neutrino up to, I think it was a millimeter. So it's the size of a millimeter now. You would be the size of our galaxy. One millimeter. You'd be the size of a galaxy. I don't know, Pico. Ooh, that's a good question, too. Yeah, that is so astronomically tiny. Like, oh my goodness. Like, it's not even the size of a planet. It's the size of a millimeter. And then we go to like the size of their, and then the size of our solar system. And then look, my whole freaking galaxy, even, look, my mind is blown. I learned that today, and I was just like, what? Uh, Yeah, so neutrinos are stupidly tiny. If you were to scale it up to a millimeter, we would be the size of a galaxy. A single person. That is insane. And we can't even properly comprehend how big our galaxy is. Like, do you have a good understanding of how truly insanely far a single light year is? Like, just to get out of sight of our solar system. If you were to go, yeah, okay. Oh, mute the tab, mute the tab. Ads are gonna be in about like 10 seconds. Okay, we'll talk more. Okay, see you guys in a little bit. Mute if you're not subbed. Fucking ads should be over you. If you then get hit by any, I hate ads. Welcome back. And hi, Seabolt. Welcome. I'm surviving. I'm nerding out. And Brandon, that is a wonderful question. People who are far smarter than me figure this stuff out. And man, they tell us how they did it. I'm like, wow, that's amazing. I never would have thought of that. Okay, but let's do a hug redeem for AK. Because I was getting distracted by physics, but I love it. So. Now then we're gonna do a spray chat. Good night, Omar. Thank you for hanging out. Y'all be sleep well. Right, Roman? Yeah. Yeah. I am passionate about space ASMR. DOF? What depth of field? I'm welcome, Myrtle. Yeah, I personally don't like the hugs and nuzzles without the blur effects. Like, so here's what it is with blur, and then if I turn off the blur, no, I don't like that as much. Isn't a light year like? I have no clue, Brandon. I am not doing math. So a light year is just how far light can travel in 1 year. Okay, let's do a hydrate. I'm pointing at you because you should hydrate too. Are you bored by my physics talk? Oh, I'm heartbroken. You aren't bored. Okay, okay. If you say so. Fist bump. Honestly, other scoop, I totally get it. I was falling asleep on my computer after dinner today. I had to, like, I literally fell asleep on my computer for a bit. Oh yeah, if it's warm and rigorous, I get way more sleepy. Right, we're gonna do some ear cupping. What is that germ height? I don't know the conversion off the top of my head. Not you, Roman. That's 100 sword, 122. Oh my goodness. That's way. No. No, that's too hot. Full Metal Alchemist, thank you so much for the follow. I hope you're having a great day. I've been in 120 degrees, but that's because we were casting bronze, and it was really hot. Really hot. Yeah. Oh, I had protective gear on. Yeah, so that was my art class in college. It was a really cool art class. Like, we did all kinds of stuff that I never expected to do. Like, we did welding, we did woodworking, we did casting, we did jewelry making, we did ceramics, we did. What else did we do? We did painting, drawing. Oh, yeah, we did a lot of stuff. I really liked that class. Like, we delved into so many different aspects of art. What was the favorite part of that art class? The fact that they kind of just, once they like showed us a lot of the ropes and whatnot, at the end of the class, they're like, alright, go do what you want to do. And they let us experiment if we wanted to. And I was able to experiment and figure out a process for making ceramics look like actual stone. And it's permanent. I still have the pieces. So what I did is I created ceramic castles using dental tools, and I literally carved out individual bricks on these little castles and towers that I made and fired them like they're mushrooms. But then what I did after that is I experimented and I tried multiple ways, and ultimately the way that worked the best is you take an acetylene blowtorch and you turn off the oxygen and you just have the acetylene gas not blowing like insanely hard, and you light that sucker on fire and oh my goodness, it produces set like no other. And you cover that ceramic piece in tons and tons of soot until the whole thing is like pitch black. Then you take a toothbrush and you go into the sink and you scrub. You scrub, 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 scrub until most of the ash comes off. But a lot of the ash will go into the pores of the ceramic and they'll stay there permanently. They won't move. And it creates a stone effect. It looks like stone. Well, it looks really good. Like, really good. Way better than any of my attempts previously at painting. Yeah. I was very happy with how that turned out and that I figured that out. Like, I talked to, one of the instructors. I'm like, I want to make this look like stone, but I'm not quite sure, like, what exactly to do. And I was, like, thinking of maybe blowtorching, and she's like, you try if you want. And I realized when I was gonna, like, I blowtorched it once, and it was like, yeah, it wasn't that great. And then when I went to try again, and the acetylene, I turned on the acetylene, I hadn't quite turned on the oxygen, and I noticed how smoky it was. And I put it on it, and I was like, oh, I wonder if this will work. And so I experimented, and it worked. It worked so well. Yeah, that was my first year in college. That was a really fun class. I really liked the ones. Really liked the teachers too. They're really cool ladies. Hi Lambert, welcome. Hi Tornado Dude, welcome. Hi Baltics. Amateur. Okay. Ear tapping is done. All we have left is a hydrate and a massage gun. Oh, I'm gonna do the massage gun. I'm doing alright. I'm getting tired. It's about time for me to end, but we're gonna do this massage gun real quick. So look here. If you're new here, I'm literally gonna use a real massage gun on my neck. And since I'm in VR, I have a headset on. And it's gonna shake a lot. It's gonna look silly. So feel free to spam shaky emotes. Oh, you're fine, Lambert. Yeah, that feels really good every time. It helps a lot, like seriously. Okay. Myelinator and Max Deutsch. Alright, it is getting time, so we can't put up with pull, and you guys get to pick where we're gonna go when the time comes. Alright. Alright, people, I'm following that are streaming ASMR. Looks like we have three choices. Yeah, let me double check your nerve flash just to make sure that is. Okay, got that. Alright, we're gonna do a hydrate. Well, that. Wait, did we already do the hydrate? Now whatever. Hydrate again. It's good. Hydrate will you guys vote. The tan looks like is winning by 2. Never like can't go wrong with any of these ASMR artists. They're all great. Okay, I think in the meantime, we're gonna do a little bit of heartbeats. Okay, it looks like Amy Pie is the winner. Uh, probably about a month, I wondered. Oh, Kojiro, welcome. Now switch to text. Yeah, Brandon, it's got a mind of its own sometimes. Spider-Man. Okay. Hey, Brian. Yeah, we're doing well. We're sadly literally about to end. Thank you so much for being here tonight. For spending part of your day with me. I hope your time here has been uplifting to help you feel a little happier, a little less stressed, a little less lonely. Please take good care of yourself. You matter. You have worth. You are not alone. And you are loved. Thank you for being there tonight, everyone. I look forward to the next time we can hang out. We also have a Discord server. You want them to join? Come hang out. I'm in the voice chat pretty often. I'm often playing Escape from Tarkov or whenever working on my avatar. But yeah, don't be shy. You're welcome to join. Um, I'm gonna send you over to Amy Pie. I freaking love her channel. So go show her some love. Um, and I'll see you next time. Good night. Good night, Melon, Lamberts, Chronofang, Elite Paladin, Brandon, Raptor, Warpath, Other Scoop, Shiro, Ryan of the Night, Savangard, Monkey Mat, Knick-Knack, Sportomate, Coder, and Ritter. Good night, everybody. Like